Hey YouTube, this is Prometheus, guys, giving you more than the meta. So guys, once again, I want to show you post-patch 34-odd defense causing rage quits. What I love about this defense is that really a lot of people, they don't know how to deal with the pressure, and what's cool about it is it's just a mind game defense that you can send the pressure at any time. They know they have to block 6, sometimes 7 people, mass protect. And it makes them more predictable and gives you an advantage against this. I would say this guy I ran into, he got off one good play the entire game. For pretty much the 3 series that he played, he really struggled with this. So guys, once again, if you are following my channel, I just want to point out, guys, hit the subscribe button. I'm going to be showing you more defensive breakdowns, my thought process, the adjustments that I make, and some of the adjustments that I'm doing. So if you guys are looking for ways to get more stops on defense, take a look at this. And also I have my Patreon where I actually do have breakdowns of how I run my schemes, similar breakdown like this, but just how I run my offense and how I adjust and my reads and progressions. So let's go and jump into this gameplay. This is post patch, and one of the great things about they did with the patch is they save your audible adjustments in game. So what's cool about this game now is that when you go into the play calling feature, your autos will actually be saved. So I'm actually setting up basically my blitzing right now. I don't think this was saved in it, but all my offensive audibles were saved, so it was really cool. Saved me a lot of time. So for the most part, I have a cover 1 hole. I might actually pull that out of the scheme. I use a man blitz. I've got a cover 3 version, and then I use cover 2 hard flats, and there's a justification or a mentality around that. Now, in the first series, I want to make sure I protect myself over the top, definitely over the top. I will go ahead and give my opponent the outsides, and I'm going to go ahead and give him underneath in the first series. So what I like to do is use cover 4 drop as my first blitz, and I'm going to blitz everybody and just see how he responds to it. So I think what he does, he's got basically a running formation, strong formation. And I'm just going to use her over the middle of the field. You can see I've got a run fit out there, and he hits some of my defensive guys, and he gets tackled for a loss. So single back ace. He comes out in the second series. Once again, I want to go and show him the blitz. I want to make sure that he's aware that I'm going to blitz him and hopefully get some pressure against him. And right here, my responsibility is to play over the middle of the field. He freezes a little bit because he's got basically a kind of a mesh concept where he's got a big guy right there, but I've got pressure off the edge, and by the time he gets rid of the ball, I'm actually hitting him, deflecting the ball out. So another single back ace formation. Now I'm going to go ahead and run coverage. So he thinks I'm going to blitz, I'm going to blitz and blitz. Third down situation, I want to run coverage, and what I love about cover 4 is that you basically have good matching coverages. Now, one thing I do want to do is make sure that I don't get beat deep when I press. So I'm going to put this guy into a third. I'm going to take this other guy out here, put him into a third, because I want to make sure that these guys release and he doesn't get over the top of me. But my responsibility essentially is just look for anything crossing over the middle field and carry with that. And if the running back peeks out, I want to make sure I take care of that. But I want him to try to beat the coverage. I'm dropping back, basically 8 guys back in coverage. It's going to be somewhat difficult for him to make some reads. So right here, he's got a route coming over here. He's got this guy going out. I think he's got a deep post over the top, and I think he's got a dig route. Conceptually, that's what I'm seeing. With this, you could see he's going into these 2 guys, and he's got this route over here. This guy's matching down over the top, and I've got basically bracketed coverage over the top. So my responsibility is to find anybody that's going to be floating back right here. And you can see he throws over the top and throws into 3 of my defenders. I get my first interception of the game. So really good stop right there. It's the first series of the game. He lost a possession. I end up getting tackled short of a first down. So he ends up going ahead and using the best play that I actually used the entire time. So right here, jumping to cover 4. Once again, I want to show him the pressure. I want to make him think about the pressure, and that's what I'm doing. But these guys on the outside, these deep quarters over here, these guys don't play run fits. So what's going to happen is that these guys are going to fall back, and they're not going to come down and bite on the run right away. So I'll show you the adjustment I made. He does just an off-tackle run, which is like a power O, because this guy actually pulled and he came over here. I got tied up into that block. he's able to go ahead and cut off the edge and actually go ahead and get to the outside with his Zeke, and he's able to go ahead and pick up a good 23-yard gainer right there. So that's a quick adjustment. He quickly no huddles, and this is why I throw this into this game. So I jumped into basically a cover 2 coverage. Now the reason I'm doing cover 2 is these guys are not playing run fits anymore, but these guys do. These hard flats will come down and play a run fit. So if he tries to go back out to the outside again, he's going to come down and bite, and I've got this guy playing a run fit, and I'm playing a run fit. Now I also wanted to back up my one guy right here into a deep third, so I believe I'll get that adjustment off just to protect myself. And then right here, he goes with basically just a simple curls concept. So he's got this guy out, he's got a curl, and he's got a curl right here. Just a quick snap play. I don't really like this play, but you can see he tries to check it down underneath with his running back, and he gets a 2nd and 9. So in that type of situation, it was really good. Now this is where he got kind of cute. In this type of situation, I go ahead and decide to go ahead and blitz the house. And my responsibility, because I'm this backside guy right here, is I'm looking for someone to come over the middle of the field. I'm going to give up the flats, and that is the weakness of this defense, especially if you're using cover 4. I'm going to give up the flats until he shows me that he can hit them. So right here, I just do some really heavy pressure. If he does do a running back out to the flat, it just takes a long time for that to develop, and a lot of times these guys will come down and actually hit him before he actually does that. So really the smart route is to have some flat route and maybe some kind of a corner route or a dig route where he can hit the flat really quick and not even have to worry about that progression. So right here, another thing I did too is I put this guy into a deep third. So if he does throw a post over the middle of the field, I'm going to have a deep third that's going to scoop that up. So this is the defense I'm setting up with the anticipation that I'm going to give up the flats just to see if he takes it, and I'll make sure I'm going to have some pressure coming his way so he just feels that pressure. He actually does a reverse, and you can see my defender's out here already in the area. I'm usering over to this area. I don't know why he chose to do a reverse, but you could see that was bagged. It should have been for a few more yards loss. So now he jumps basically into a no huddle. So I know he's not going to do the reverse again. He lost it. So basically I'm going to jump into cover 4, press my guy, show the same type of a look once again, and basically use her over the middle of the field. This guy's open. This is the person he wants to go after, but he's feeling the pressure, and he's got to go ahead and press that ball up, and he actually throws into a defender that carried with that verticals route, and I was able to get another tackle right there. So he could have dropped it down to the running back because that was my user responsibility, but he tried to press it back to the verticals, and as a result, I get another stop. And what's cool about this defense, once again, is that you feel the pressure can come at any time, and you want to get rid of the ball as quick as possible. But once you jump into coverage, it just makes people like, oh, okay, now I have time, I can make a read. But if you blend in the cover 4 quarters, you got matching principles that do things that people are not used to seeing, and it just messes people up. So really 32 seconds left in this type of situation. Okay, so this is like I went up a score. I'm getting the ball in the second half. I want to make sure that I don't give up any cheap yards to this guy. So my first thought process, I'm very greedy with this defense. I want to blitz the house, but I'm in a situation where he needs to get the ball another like 40, 50 yards. I don't want to go ahead and give up any big yards. So I'm basically going to go ahead, play cover 4 drop, and then the adjustment I'm going to do is I'm going to go ahead and protect the sticks. So basically what this does is this guy's going to come out to the first down marker. My responsibility is first down marker. He's the first down marker, and he's going to be the first down marker. And I'm going to have those deep quarters so he can't throw over the top. I'm going to let him check it down. I'm going to let him go underneath, because he doesn't have time to basically go ahead. He can't hit over the top. And I don't want him to be able to hit me over the top. And I'm going to say, okay, you can take it underneath. But I'm not going to give you any kind of big opportunities. I'm not going to go ahead and match. You can see, look at these guys. They're bailing. They're getting back deep. I'm not going to get B over the top. It doesn't matter what type of route you have. He's in a situation now where he's got to go ahead and try to throw the ball. But look, this guy actually falls right here at the sticks. He falls at the sticks. He falls at the sticks. So if he's got a little crosser, these guys are in the passing lane. I'm just playing in the middle of the field, just trying to clean it up. And I've got these contains that are already built into this cover 4 drop that if he scrambles, I'm going to be able to do that. So I'm going to force him to check it down. So 27 seconds left. He's got 3 timeouts. He's got roughly enough time for 5 more plays, really more or less 4 than anything else. So I'm going to go ahead and once again run the same defense in this type of situation. I got to protect the sticks. I'm going to be over the top coverage, and you can see right here he does a play action play. He tries to throw it up top. I actually misuse this, but because I've got over the top coverage, he doesn't have good stick himself. I'm able to go and pick him off for my 3rd interception, basically shutting this guy out. Even though this game's kind of tight because I really chewed down the clock because of getting the ball in the second half, he ends up quitting out. So once again, guys, thank you for your support. I really appreciate it. If you guys want to see how I run my offenses, you can go to my Patreon. I post a bunch of my schemes, my gameplays, similar breakdown like this, a little bit more in depth on how I read defenses and how I make adjustments and stuff like that. So once again, guys, thank you for your support. Until next time.